Hey everybody, Rebecca here. I thought I would do a quick tutorial on what I keep in my bag, my toolkit per se, my reseller toolkit. So let's just dive into it. If you want any information on the products that I listed, they are at the blog post. Just click on the link below, it takes you to my website, and I'll have it all laid out kind of in my toolkit, and I'll also have a link to this video there so you can see it too. My website is bexabosslady.com. All right, so first I have this little handy tote that I bought from someone who sold 31 gifts a million years ago, or 31 bags or whatever they're called. And it's just like a little utility tote, and it's got side pockets, and on the middle you can stick whatever you want in there, little things like that. And that way, whether I'm doing it here in my new office or if I'm in the kitchen on our big island where I film some of my other videos, which you've seen with my husband out there. So sometimes I like to do it while he's there. We can talk and stuff. So it makes it a little bit more mobile for me to be able to do that. So that is what I carry everything in. My toolbox. That's my toolbox. So you could pretty much use anything, any kind of tote or basket or something like that. The first thing you're going to need for sure is a measuring tape. I have no idea where they got this from. I've had this for a million years. So a little background, I have been selling on eBay since 2007, off and on. Now is when I'm starting to do it more on a full-time basis. If you want to learn more about that, that's also on my website. And so I have a lot of this stuff for many, many years I've had it. So you really just need any like tailor, pliable, measuring tape that you can find so you can make sure that you're putting your measurements on your listings. I promise you, the listings that you forget to put the measurements on, someone will inevitably message you about, hey, what are the pit to pit measurements, the shoulders. I'll go into all that in another post, but this is definitely something that you're gonna use a lot. Another thing that you will probably use a lot is your iPhone or your camera or whatever. So, make sure you have enough storage on there to take pictures and you're backing it up just in case you want to cross list and stuff like that. I have an iPhone 6S Plus or whatever, and I'm filming this on there now. So you're going to need obviously something to take pictures with, decent pictures. All right, when you are selling clothes, you want to sell them in the best condition you can get them. There are a lot of times where stuff is just not repairable, and that's okay. People will buy them. So you can definitely sell those things. Just make sure you're clearly describing it. But there's a lot of stuff that we find at the thrift store or Goodwill or wherever, and it just needs a little bit of tender loving care. Now, one of the things that I probably should have in here that I don't is a sewing kit. So get a little bit of a sewing kit so you can sew on buttons and different stuff like that. It's an easy fix. I'm just lazy and I don't do that. Something that I recently got burned on is I was sending stuff to the dry cleaner, some like suits and blazers and jackets and stuff that just kind of needed freshening up. So I decided, instead of eating out of my profit on these items, that I would just do something about it myself. So one of the best things you can do to freshen up items like that is get a Dryel. You can buy this at Target or Walmart or Amazon or wherever, and it's just a big bag, and you put a wet cloth in there. These are the wet cloths. You put the items in there, you put the big bag in your dryer by itself, you let it do its thing, and it seriously comes out fresh and just like new. So that's good for that. Another thing, a couple liquid things. I have Gorilla Glue. You never know when you're going to need to fix a heel. Sometimes the bottom of the shoes come off. It's really easy to just reattach them. I wouldn't fix any major things with glue. So if it's just like the footing comes out or there's something loose on it, that's fine. But I wouldn't like glue a heel back on and then not mention that. If you do that, I would make sure that that's disclosed. Some of the tags that we buy or shoes have white things on them that you need to clean up. Be very careful with this, but I do have one of those Clorox bleach pens, and I use this very, very limited on a very minimal basis, but it is nice to have just in case. A definite thing is a Lint Roller. I am the proud owner of a chocolate lab and a very furry pug, And so I definitely need this desperately. Do not send items to people without rolling it off, because it's just gross. You want to get dog hair on your, I mean, I get gross. I'm a dog person and I would be grossed out. I have been grossed out when people have sold me stuff and then sent it to me with their own dog hair on it. So it's just, you know, make it look really nice. You want those boots to stand up, those high, I wonder if I have any other here. I don't, but I will just show you with these. So basically the cheapest way, besides just shoving garbage bags, which you can do that too, like those, you know, Target grocery bags you can shove down into the bottom, you can take pool noodles and you just cut them up. This is actually how I store them in my personal closet. So all of my boots in my own closet have these in them, and you just pop it right into the boot like that and it will make them stand up. So if you're having problems getting them to stand up for pictures, this is definitely the easiest and cheapest way to go about doing that. Now, there are a lot of people who have a wide variety of different ways of cleaning leather, cleaning shoes, taking care of all those things. And this is the way you are going to turn your shoes from duds into studs. So you can see the difference on these Doc Martens that I got. And I think you can, yeah. So the one on the left has not been polished and the one on the right has. And it just makes them cleaned up. You can clean dirt off of them. It's really great. And I bit the bullet and I just bought the Doc Martens Wonder Balm. And this stuff is amazing. I've used this on multiple other leather products. It comes with a little sponge. So you can see it's like, you know, things like that in there, coconut oil or whatever it is. And then there's like a little sponge that comes out. So you dip the sponge in there and then you just really, really, really work the leather. There are a lot of people that use different things like coconut oil or, oh, what's the other thing? Some kind of, I don't know, I can't think about it. Can't think of it. But there are other things to use but this, but I really prefer to use that. I was recently looking for something to clean sneakers with. I thought I was going to be like a sneakerhead and sell these shoes for hundreds of dollars, and it turns out I'm not very good at it. But I did get some really great items to clean sneakers and suede with. Now, you can just go to Walmart and buy a nubuck brush for suede. Like, that's totally fine. I got this Jason Mark thing on Amazon, and it came with a brush. Okay, so it's this, comes with a brush and an eraser, and this is just the brush. It's just a suede brush, so it won't ruin the fabric when you're cleaning it. Now, it came with this other thing that I didn't even know I needed until I got it and I tried it, and it's called a eraser, and it literally removes like anything that is on top of fabric. So it's just this little, it seriously is like an eraser. It just, like, you can just rub and erase. I don't know if you can hear that, but it's just like an eraser. And I have saved so many items with this little eraser that I didn't even know I could do that with. And so if you can just buy this, I'll look up before I post this some kind of link for this, but I got this with the Jason Mark kit. So that is what I use to take stains off of some stuff. And then this is the suede brush. This is this little guy, the Jason Mark brush. This is the sneaker cleaner brush, and this is also a Jason Mark product. And I got this on Amazon, and it came with this sneaker cleaner and this brush. And I have definitely cleaned up some shoes with this. These Reeboks actually were filthy, and this was completely filthy, dirty, and the leather was dirty, and they just didn't look nice. And so I took to that and I cleaned them, and I never thought I would be cleaning other people's shoes to make money, but I do now. And so those are some really important things for shoes that you're going to need. Now, another thing you can use on shoes is the magic eraser, and this is, you just get it wet and you rub on it. This works on some things, but it doesn't work on everything, so try it somewhere where you're not going to notice it before you just start magic erasing everything. Another go-to obviously is a Tide pen. Test this places before you start using it all over your items also, because the last thing you want to do is have something bleed into something else or whatever the case may be. So I always test it on a little teeny conspicuous spot, like down at the bottom or in the neck or something like that, so you can't, if you mess it up, you can't see it. Now, if you don't have a fabric shaver, you also need that. This guy. Someone posted on my Instagram page when I was asking for advice to film this video that they use a sweater block or a sweater chalk, or what the heck was it? Sweater sponge or something, and it had a handle, and you just rubbed it against there and it got rid of the nubbies and the pilling. So there's a couple different products out here. I just bought this at Target. And it works wonders. It actually got, if you go to my Instagram, Boss Lady Resale, you will see the video of me getting rid of all of the pilling from the white socks in the sneakers, so you can run it all in here in the fabric part of the shoe, and you'll see how much of a difference it makes between having this on there and not. So those are pretty, oh, one more thing. It's over here, hang on. Last thing. When you go to thrift stores and Goodwills, a lot of the times they mark on the bottom of the shoes or tags, and they put magic marker, Sharpie markers on them. And this is the brand that I have found to be the most effective, because it also removes gel nail polish, and it's super duper strong. So this is 98% acetone. I got it on clearance at Target, and it is just a spa formula, and it says it removes hard to remove polishes like glitter and gel polish. So this stuff works wonders. I also just saw on Instagram that someone removed super glue from a shirt using acetone nail polish and got it off without damaging the shirt. So there's a lot of different tips and tricks you can do before you're getting an item ready to sell, that you can use for that. So that's that. I think those are, oh, and I have a steamer. I didn't bring the steamer in here because it's all out in my kitchen, but it's a Salav, S-A-L-A-V, and I bought it on Groupon Goods. So it was, I had a coupon, I paid $29.99 for it. I saw that someone else just posted on my Instagram page that they did go and buy it, and it was $39.99, but I think they retail for $150, so it was a really good deal. It did take a couple weeks for me to get it, but my husband and I love it so much that I think it'll cut down on our personal dry cleaning bill too. So that is like a double whammy. It's perfect. Okay, now that you have the basics for that kind of stuff, it looks like a lot, but it will allow you to command a higher dollar amount for your item. So the whole point of doing this and fixing up the clothes is to take a $3 item and make it a $30 item instead of a $10 item. So that's what's so crucial about having these kind of things. Now, when you're shipping, I can't emphasize this enough, how important it is to make sure you know the weight of your items before you're listing them, especially for international shipping. If you put something as less than a pound and you put it as first class mail and you end up shipping it as first class mail but it weighs 1.5 pounds, the post office will either return it back to you saying that there's insufficient postage, or they're going to hold on to it when they deliver it and make the person who bought it come to the post office and pay the difference in the postage. And that's really not the way you want to handle a customer service issue. Is you want to make sure that everything is done properly before you get it out. So a scale is really important. You don't need an expensive one. I bought this little guy on Amazon, I think for $20-something. I'll put the link to it in my blog. It's just a digital postal scale, and it holds 50 pounds, and it's definitely a lifesaver. The other thing that are helpful but you don't necessarily need when you're getting started are printing labels. So these labels here that I have, they just apply and stick right on. So when I peel them on and I just stick them right on. I don't have to worry about taping them. But for a really long time, I didn't use these peel-offs, and I just used regular paper and I taped them over each other. So, you know, you don't need to buy these right away, but they are pretty helpful when you're shipping 20 or 30 things at a time. obviously you're gonna need tape for your boxes. I haven't jumped on the eBay bandwagon and bought like the big huge rolls of eBay tape. I found that by using the priority mail containers, I don't use this that much, especially now that I'm not taping my labels onto my bags anymore. So I just buy these on Amazon. Again, I think they're $8 for 6 rolls, and I use them when I need them. So this, you're gonna need tape. Wherever you buy it, make sure that the tape actually sticks the boxes together. Because if you buy tape that sucks and it falls apart and your items like get damaged or fall apart in the boxes, again, it's another thing that's just gonna hurt your reputation and possibly get you a negative review because you didn't properly ship the package. Last thing that I will show you, and this is like my postage and my box area that I have everything set up at. So let me pop you out of here, and we're gonna go for a little trip here. And this is my shipping area. So these are bookshelves from IKEA, and they're the Billy bookshelves, and they were, they're not a lot, but they, you can really use anything. You can probably find bookshelves at the Goodwill or the thrift store to put this stuff in, but I just have it shelved out so I know what is on each shelf. So this shelf up here is my random tissue paper. When I get Amazon packages or I buy stuff online, I keep the inside packaging and I shove it up in there just so I have it. So I have bubble wrap and different kinds of things up there. These are the eBay mailers. So I bought the padded envelope eBay mailers with a coupon I got on eBay. So I have these guys, and I had to pay for these. So the eBay branded ones that you buy on eBay, you have to pay for. The priority mail items from the post office, you do not have to pay for, and you can order them online for free. So these padded envelopes, these are padded flat rate envelopes, and you can fit anything in here up to, I think, 40 pounds. I don't know, 50 pounds, 70 pounds, something like that. And they are perfect because I wrap shoes up and then I stick them in here, or different things. You can put as much as you want in here. I've seen sellers even putting their stuff in like bread bags or Ziploc bags to get the air out of them so they can fit more in these. So that's another tip and trick. You can also, for Poshmark, you can ship up to 5 pounds in any priority mail thing. So you can use these, I forget what they're called, Tyvek or Flylek or Tyvek, yeah, the Tyvek envelopes. And you can use that. You also can get on eBay these on the post office. These are, what size are these? These are 12 by 2 by 13 boxes, and you can use these as priority mail. They're also free, and they fold out like this. Hang on. So you can put whatever you want in there up to whatever weight you pay for. And this is a great way to ship things as well because it's also free. The other thing I do to get boxes is I have friends in our neighborhood who are the managers or owners of the local businesses, and they always have boxes broken down. You don't have to ship priority mail in priority mail stuff. They provide it for you for free, and that's great, but there are times where you just need to get it out because you want to make sure you ship it on time. So you can ship priority stuff in other items. I've done it for the last year, I've never gotten one back. So you can definitely do that. The last thing that maybe, tissue paper. Sorry, you do need tissue paper. So I just bought a ton on Christmas sale. It was like 10 cents a container. It was 90% off at Target. So anytime you can find tissue paper on sale, buy it. You can get it on Amazon or any of those places. I wrap each item in a piece of tissue paper, tape it up, put it in the envelope, slap the label on it, and my husband ships it out in the morning. So that's kind of my routine. Now, I hope all of these tips and tricks are helpful to you. And, one more thing. These pink ones are just cheapy Tyvek bags that I paid for on Amazon. They're pink. So when anyone pays for a first class mail package, so anything under 15 ounces or under, I just slide it in there because it's way cheaper. So like a necktie or a silk blouse or something like that that's not priority mail on eBay, I tend to use these. So thanks so much for watching. All the links to all my fun stuff are down in the description below. I appreciate it. Add your comment. Do you have something that's amazing that you love to use that you can't live without as a reseller? Please post it in the comments below so we can help as many people as we can. And as always, thank you so much for watching. Check out my website, bexabosslady.com, BEXA, bosslady.com, and I'll see you next time. Thanks. Bye.